It's 11:37 at night. You're in bed. The blue light of the screen is burning your retinas, a sterile glow in the darkness of your room. You just sent it. The long paragraph, the carefully worded text explaining your side of the story, justifying your decision, pleading your case with a lawyer's precision. Now you're just staring at the screen, waiting. Your thumb hovers, refreshing, as if that will somehow speed up time. You're hoping for the 3 little dots to appear. That's the moment you surrender your power, the moment you become a beggar, waiting for the digital scraps of validation from someone else. You've just handed them the controls to your own emotional state. You have willingly placed your peace of mind in the hands of another human being, and you are now waiting to see if they will crush it or return it. This is the front line of a war you are losing every single day. The enemy isn't your boss, your girlfriend, or your friend. The enemy is your desperate, corrosive need for approval. It's a cancer of the soul that makes you weak, predictable, and easy to manipulate. It is a breach in the walls of your mental fortress, an open gate inviting the enemy to walk right in and take command. You think you are communicating. You are actually broadcasting your weakness, signaling to the world that your own conviction is not enough. You require a cosigner. This weakness is the currency of the modern world, and you are spending it freely without ever understanding its true cost. In 6 minutes, I will give you the 5-step protocol of silent execution. But first, you need to understand the psychological prison of the validation loop, because without it, you will spend your entire life begging for permission to be the man you were meant to be. The 99% live in this state of perpetual explanation. Their lives are a constant negotiation for external validation. They broadcast their reasons, their feelings, their justifications into the void, hoping someone will listen and agree. They draft emails that are preemptive apologies. They rehearse conversations in the shower, trying to find the perfect sequence of words that will make the other person finally understand. They believe that if they just explain enough, they can control the narrative. This is a delusion. You cannot control a narrative you do not own. A sovereign man owns his narrative through action, not through commentary. His life is the argument. His choices are the explanation. The 1% do not explain. They act. Their actions are the explanation. They move with a quiet force that requires no commentary because the results speak with a volume that words can never match. They understand that demanding to be understood is a position of profound weakness. It is the posture of a child demanding a parent see their point of view. The operator, the actor, the man in command of his own life, operates from a different doctrine entirely. His protocol is internal. He seeks alignment with his own code, not with the shifting opinions of the crowd. He is the cause, not the effect. You think you are seeking clarity. You are seeking comfort. There is a critical difference. Clarity is a function of a mission. Comfort is the demand of a compromised ego. The man who is truly on his path does not have time to stop and convince every bystander that his path is the correct one. He is too busy walking it. The need to explain is a signal that you are more invested in the perception of your journey than in the journey itself. It is a confession that you value the opinion of the audience more than the integrity of the performance. This is the core weakness that keeps you trapped, running in place, wondering why you feel so powerless despite all your efforts to be understood. You are a reactor, not an actor. If you click away now, you are admitting that you prefer the comfort of the cage to the discipline of freedom. The choice is yours. You operate under a delusion, a deeply ingrained, self-sabotaging fantasy. You believe that if you can just find the perfect sequence of words, if you can craft the perfect argument and articulate your logic with surgical precision, the other person will finally understand. They will see your pure intentions. They will bow to your superior reasoning. They will grant you the validation you crave. You think clarity is your weapon. You believe your explanation is a key that will unlock their respect. This is a fatal error in judgment. It is the core weakness in your entire operating system, and it is being exploited daily, not just by others, but by your own biology. The psychological mechanism at play here is a cognitive bias known as the spotlight effect. Your brain is hardwired to believe you are the main character in everyone else's movie. You vastly overestimate how much mental energy another person is dedicating to your explanation. You spend 20 minutes drafting a paragraph, agonizing over every comma. convinced it will be studied like a legal document under a microscope. The reality? It is a flicker of noise in their chaotic day. It is a notification swiped away while they wait for their coffee. Your carefully constructed logic is instantly filtered through their own ego, their own insecurities, their own agenda. They are not analyzing your reasons, they are analyzing your need to give them. Your explanation is not a sign of your intelligence, it is a broadcast of your insecurity. You think you are building a bridge of understanding. You are actually building your own cage, bar by bar, with every word you send. This need for their approval becomes a leash. Whoever can grant it or withhold it becomes your master. You are handing them the remote control to your emotional state and wondering why you feel like a puppet. Every time you over-explain, you are training them. You are teaching them that their opinion holds power over you, that with a simple frown, a skeptical question, or a delayed reply, they can force you to dance. They can make you justify your own existence. This is not how a sovereign man operates. A sovereign man does not negotiate his own reality. His actions are his doctrine. His results are his only necessary statement. He understands that the desire for approval is a strategic vulnerability, an open flank that the world will ruthlessly exploit. This isn't your fault. It's a piece of outdated code, a survival instinct from a time when social exile meant death. Your brain still thinks you need the tribe's constant approval to survive. It floods you with cortisol and anxiety at the first sign of misunderstanding, screaming at you to fix it, to explain, to smooth things over, to get back in line. You think you are resting when you are not engaged in this battle. You are rehearsing failure. You are allowing this primitive, weak software to run your life. But you are not a helpless reactor to your biology. You are the operator. You have command. You can overwrite the code. Remember the 5-step protocol I mentioned? The protocol of silent execution. We are almost there. But there is one more enemy you must understand first, an ancient law that governs this entire territory. Without this final piece of intelligence, the protocol will fail, because you will not understand the battlefield on which you are deploying it. You will be a soldier with a powerful weapon, but no map. So stay with me. The armor is being forged, the weapon is being sharpened, your command is coming. The ancient world was a battlefield, not just of swords and shields, but of the mind. 2,000 years ago, a former slave, crippled and exiled, gave the world a weapon so powerful it has been studied by emperors, generals, and operators ever since. His name was Epictetus, and the weapon he forged is the only one that can free you from the prison we discussed. He taught a doctrine that is not about comfort, but about command. It is the law that governs all mental warfare, and you have been violating it your entire life. Epictetus divided the universe into 2 domains, that which is inside your control, and that which is outside of it. Inside your control are your judgments, your impulses, your desires, your actions. This is your kingdom, your inner citadel. You are the sole sovereign ruler here. Everything else, your reputation, your health, the weather, and most importantly, the opinions of other people, is outside your control. It is foreign territory, governed by a billion variables you will never command. Every time you feel that desperate urge to explain yourself, you are committing an act of treason against your own sovereignty. You are deserting your post inside the fortress, swimming the moat, and running unarmed into enemy territory, begging the occupants to see things your way. You are trying to control a ghost with a speech. It is the strategy of a fool. Let's make this real. Your thumb is hovering over the send button on an email to your entire team. A project is delayed. You've written 5 paragraphs. You've detailed the unforeseen obstacles. You've justified your decisions. You've subtly assigned blame to external factors, and you've articulated a sincere, heartfelt apology for the setback. You believe this is an act of leadership, of transparency. Epictetus would not see a leader. He would see a coward. He would see a man so terrified of his team's private judgments that he is preemptively surrendering. You are not managing the problem. You are attempting to manage their perception of you. You are wasting finite, high-value energy, your focus, your will, on an uncontrollable variable, their opinion. That energy should be aimed like a laser at the only thing you command, the next decisive action required to get the project back on track. Your need to explain is a catastrophic failure to understand the battlefield. It is a confession that you believe their judgment is more powerful than your own execution. Remember the 5-step protocol of silent execution I mentioned? We are almost there. But you must internalize this law of control first. Otherwise, the protocol will feel like a punishment, not a liberation.
Without this doctrine, you will mistake discipline for deprivation. You will see silence not as a position of strength, but as a missed opportunity to beg for approval. Understanding this law is the difference between wielding a weapon and being cut by it. This is the foundation of a truly sovereign mind. You must stop trying to win the war of opinion. It is the only war you are guaranteed to lose. The only strategic imperative is to fortify and command the territory you already own. Your next action. Most people will spend their entire lives as diplomats for their own ego, constantly negotiating the terms of their own validation. A rare few become generals of their own will, who understand that actions are the only negotiation that matters. Which one are you? Tell me in the comments right now. I read every single one. This obsession with managing opinion is the root of another deep weakness: resentment. You resent others for not understanding you, for misjudging your intentions after you laid yourself bare. That resentment is a poison you mix for them, but you drink it yourself. If you want the protocol to surgically remove resentment from your operating system, make sure you are subscribed. That is coming next. You now understand the law of the battlefield. You see the line between your territory and theirs. Next, you will receive your orders. You will receive the protocol. You do not need more theory. You need a protocol, a sequence of non-negotiable orders to be executed without deviation. This is not a list of suggestions. This is the doctrine of the sovereign mind. You will drill these steps until they become as unconscious and automatic as breathing. Here are the 5 steps to reclaiming your command from the parasitic need to explain. Memorize them. Execute them. Step 1. The pause. The next time you feel that hot, chemical urge to justify yourself, to type out the long paragraph, to defend your position, you will execute a tactical halt. You will physically place your device down on a table, screen side down. Then, you will wait for a mandatory 90 seconds. This is not a negotiation. This is a ceasefire you impose on your own nervous system. The physical action of putting the phone down is a pattern interrupt. It is a signal to your limbic system, the panicked animal brain screaming for approval, that the commander is back in control. Those 90 seconds are not empty time. They are the space where the fog of emotional reaction dissipates and the cold, clear light of strategic reason returns. You are not waiting. You are recalibrating your targeting system. Step 2. The interrogation. During that 90-second pause, you will not sit in silence. You will conduct a field interrogation of your own motive. You will ask one question, and you will speak it aloud. The vibration of your own voice is critical for this. The question is this explanation for me or for them? Be brutally honest. 99% of the time, the answer is for them. You are not seeking to clarify a mission objective. You are seeking to manage their perception of you. You are begging for their emotional consent. You are asking your subordinate or your enemy for permission to approve of your own command decision. This question forces you to confront the traitor inside your own walls. It exposes the deep, shameful fear that you are not enough on your own. It is the first step to starving that weakness until it dies. Step 3. The reduction. After the interrogation, if an explanation is still deemed logistically unavoidable, a matter of pure operational clarity, you will execute a radical reduction. You will take the long, pleading paragraph you are about to send, and you will strip it down to a single, factual sentence. No emotion, no justification, no backstory, data only. The sentence, "Hey, I wanted to let everyone know I'm running about 15 minutes late because the traffic on the interstate was absolutely insane and some idiot spun out up ahead," becomes, "My arrival is delayed by 15 minutes." The first is the whine of a reactor, a victim of his circumstances. The second is the report of an operator. This is a core discipline. It trains you to communicate with lethal efficiency and signals to the world that your word is a statement of fact, not a negotiation for sympathy. This is the communication protocol of a sovereign man. Step 4. The action affirmation. This step is designed to surgically remove the language of weakness from your vocabulary. From this moment forward, you will replace every explanation of a past action with a declaration of a future action.
You replace excuses with execution. Instead of the pathetic, "I'm so sorry I missed the deadline, I was just completely overwhelmed with other tasks and didn't manage my time well," you will state, "The completed report will be on your desk by 3 p.m. tomorrow." Do you see the shift? One is a confession of failure, the other is a declaration of intent. It rewires your entire psychological framework from a defensive posture to an offensive one. You stop dwelling in the territory you have lost and focus entirely on the territory you are about to conquer. Your energy flows where your attention goes. Stop focusing it on your failures. Step 5, the silent consent. This is the final test. This is the black belt exam for your ego. The next time someone misunderstands you, misjudges your character, or assigns a false and insulting motive to your actions, and you feel that burning, gut-wrenching, desperate need to correct the record, you will do absolutely nothing. You will let them be wrong about you. You will stand in the fire of their misjudgment, and you will not flinch. This is the ultimate exercise in what Marcus Aurelius called the inner citadel. It is the profound, unshakable realization that your mission, your purpose, and your own self-worth are completely immune to the opinions of others. Their judgment is a ghost. It has no mass. It has no power unless you grant it. By remaining silent, you declare that their reality is not your concern. You now have the protocol. This is the 5-part system I promised you. This is the weapon. Your need to explain isn't a desire to be understood. It's a fear of being misunderstood. And that fear makes you a slave. It chains you to the perception of others. It forces you to perform, to justify, to beg for an acquittal from a jury that was never paying attention in the first place. You have spent years, perhaps your entire life, seeking permission to occupy your own space, to stand by your own decisions. You thought your words were your armor. They were your cage. The 5-step protocol I have given you is the key. But a key is useless if you do not have the courage to turn it in the lock and walk out into the cold, silent freedom of the sovereign man. That freedom feels like isolation at first. It feels like arrogance. That is the addiction of validation leaving your system. For the next 24 hours, your old programming will stage a violent insurgency. Your ego, fat and spoiled on the scraps of external approval, will scream for the comfort of the familiar. It will tell you that silence is weakness. It will whisper that your refusal to explain is being misinterpreted as guilt, or incompetence, or malice. This is the critical window. This is the moment the reactor becomes the actor. You will feel the biological pull, the desperate, itching need to pick up your phone and smooth things over, to clarify your position, to manage their feelings. You think you are building bridges. You are just rebuilding your own prison, brick by brick. Every time you give in, you are voting for the man you claim to despise. You are proving that your comfort is more important than your command. The sovereign man lets them misunderstand. He is indifferent to the noise outside the fortress. His mission is his verdict. His action is his only statement. You believe you are just one man, fighting a quiet battle inside your own head. This is the lie of the 99%. The truth is, you are a machine of adaptation. Your brain is a neural battlefield, and every action you take forges new pathways, reinforcing one side or the other. When you refuse to explain, you are not just winning a single skirmish. You are rerouting the supply lines. You are starving the weakness. You are building the neurological architecture of a king inside the skull of a commoner. This is not philosophy. This is physics. The protocol is your new doctrine. It is the operating system for the man who is done asking for permission. It is the method by which you stop reacting to the world and start forcing the world to react to you. You have been given the weapon. The only question is whether you have the spine to use it when the enemy is the voice inside your own head. This is the final test. This is where the theory dies and the operator is born. To make this transformation real, to burn this new protocol into your very being, you must make a contract. Not with me, with yourself. A digital declaration of intent. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. When your stated belief and your private behavior are in conflict, your mind experiences a state of intense discomfort. It will fight, tooth and nail, to resolve that conflict. By typing the phrase "I am about to give you," you are creating a public anchor for your new identity. You are drawing a line in the sand.
Your brain will now be forced to align your actions with your words or live with the corrosive shame of being a hypocrite. We are making hypocrisy an unacceptable outcome. Type this in the comments below. Action is my explanation. Do not just read it. Do not just think it. Type it. This is a public commitment. This is the first order you will follow under your new command. It is the digital proof that you heard this transmission and chose to act. You are signing a contract with the man you will become. Execute.